In August of this year, Flipgrid released a bunch of new updates to their program. One of those changes was to the way you now assign assignments to students using topics and groups instead of grids. I made a separate video about how to use their new system for assigning work if you're interested in checking that out. And in this video, I'm going to show you the updates that were made to the student camera as well. Some of the updates are really just about making the camera more fun and interesting to use. So they've added different emojis, different frames, filters, things like that. But now there's also a feature for students to be able to screen record directly in Flipgrid. And they've also made the whiteboard tool a little bit more dynamic. So now it's a little bit easier for students to do things like make informational videos. Of course, teachers can also make use of the camera updates to make their own instructional videos. And I do plan to make another video just on that topic. But in this video, I'm going to focus on the camera updates from the student end. And I think both you and your students are going to find these changes both more fun and more useful. My name is Sam Carey, and this is my YouTube channel for the new EdTech Classroom. If you're interested in a student version of this tutorial, I've also included a link to that below. That will take you over to my student channel, which is entirely COPA compliant, so it's safe to use in the classroom with your students. And if you appreciate the tips that I show in this video, you can show your support by hitting the like button, subscribing to my channel, and hitting the notification bell to make sure you don't miss any of my weekly updates. All right, so let's dive in and look at the new camera updates that were released for Flipgrid. All right, so I'm logged in here to Flipgrid as a student, and the first thing you'll notice is that they're able to see the title of the assignment as well as the description. Then if you included some media to go along with the assignment, they'll also be able to see that as well. When a student is ready to record their response, they're going to hit that record a response button. There, they'll be able to see the amount of time that was set by the teacher for how long they have to record. So let's go over here to the three dots where it says options first. You'll notice that one option is for students to be able to upload a video. So here, if they had a video that they created somewhere else, say on their iPhone or in a program like Adobe Spark, they could bring that video directly in. There's also an option here for students to mirror their video. So this would be useful if students were creating an instructional video, because mirroring the video will make it look the way it would when they're looking in the mirror, and it will help them be able to point to the right places and use gestures and have them look the way that they expect them to look. A new and exciting feature of the Flipgrid camera is the ability to record your screen directly inside of Flipgrid. So here, students would just click record screen. Then they would choose if they wanted to record their entire screen, just an application window or a Chrome tab, click share, and then they can record and choose whether or not their image is going to show up in the bottom corner so that they can explain what they're recording as well. And once they're finished, they'll click stop recording. So after a student records their screen, they could still record another video that would go in front or after their screen recording that would introduce what's going to be in the screen recording, and then they can put those two videos together in a single layer. Let's click on the effects here to see some of those upgrades as well. The first is that they've updated some of the different filters. So you can see that there's a large variety of different filters that students could use for their videos. And of course, they still have some different pixelation options if students did not want to actually show up in the video. Flipgrid's also added these frames that students can put onto their videos. So here, like the filters, students can choose from a wide variety of different frames to make their videos a little bit more fun and interesting. This breaking news one, for example, would be great for having students present information that they're learning about a topic. Flipgrid's always had these emoji options, but they've added a lot of different new ones. So you'll see that they still have different emoji stickers, and then they've also added these people stickers, some additional accessory stickers, so students can still do things like put sunglasses on themselves while filming a video. Then they've also added reactions, so you can see here that there are some different math symbols that they could add to a video. They've added magic stickers and American Sign Language stickers as well. And the camera still has these different text options, so students can pick here from a variety of different text types. They can move that text box around wherever they want it to go, change the color of the text, and customize it pretty much however they want. In addition to the text box tool, there's also a drawing tool. So here students could choose the color of their digital pen as well as the thickness of that pen, and then they can write directly onto their video. This whiteboard option was in the old version of Flipgrid, but now there are more choices for the way the board can appear in the background. And students can also now customize the way that their screen is split. So they can set it up so that they're on one half of the screen and then the whiteboard shows up on the other half of the screen. This could be particularly helpful if you want to have students do an explanatory video or demonstrate something that they've learned on that whiteboard. If you recall, the assignment at the beginning of this video was a meet and greet where students would be getting to know each other a little bit better. So what I'm going to do here is add a text box to introduce myself. Students can add some different accessories here. And instead of a board, what I'll do here is add a sticker. So here, for example, students could bring in an image of something that is important to them. So I'm going to bring in an image of my 2 dogs, for example. And then students can resize it and drag that image around as much as they want. And then they can also add a text box to describe what's being shown in that image. Everything that's on the screen now would show up in a video that the student created. So when they're ready, they could click on the red record button, start recording. Then they could do their meet and greet video where they're explaining a little bit about themselves, as well as why they chose the picture. So in this case, the text would just be there the entire time the student is recording their videos, but they could also use the effects tool like the pen to be writing directly on their video while their video is recording as well. Then when they're ready to finish, they can click on the green next button. They can easily trim parts of the video by sliding the editing bar where they want it to go, and then click confirm when they have the clip that they want. Just like the old version of Flipgrid, they'll still snap a selfie here, but they'll also have some of those additional options like these frames. And then when they're ready to turn it in, they'll hit submit. Once they've posted their response, it will show up below. And just like the old version, when a student logs into their account, they'll be able to see the video that their peer posted, and then they can click on it, watch it, and also record a video response as well. Then back on the original student screen, they can scroll below and see whoever responded to their video. Thank you so much for watching my video to the end. If you found the tips that I shared helpful, please share it with other teachers that you know, hit the like button, and subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell to make sure you don't miss any of my weekly updates. You can also check out some of the other tutorials I have on my channel by clicking on one of those 2 videos above. And if you're interested in downloading any of the resources that I've created and show on my videos, please visit my website at www.newedtechclassroom.com. Lastly, if you want to check me out on social media, my Twitter handle, Facebook page, and Pinterest account are all in the description below. Thanks so much and have a great week.